Hello everyone, and welcome to Bridge is for Everyone. My name's Jad. This video is lesson 4 in the course Learn to Play Bridge with Acol Bidding. This lesson is about understanding the first phase of a game of bridge, the auction. A bridge auction is generally like any other auction. It consists of bids by the players, with the highest bidder winning the auction. The bridge auction is very civilised, with the players taking turns to bid. As you saw in lesson 2, when the auction begins, the dealer goes first, followed by the other players in a clockwise direction. When it's their turn, each player will make what is referred to in bridge as a call. This word refers to earlier times when the auction was purely verbal. A call may be a bid, or it may be pass. A pass is a call, but technically it is not a bid. In some parts of the world, players say no bid instead of pass. There are other calls that are not bids, but you can ignore them for now. You'll learn about them much later in this course. The first player that makes a bid instead of a pass is called the opener. Their bid is the opening bid. There can be only one opening bid. Let's look at some examples. In all examples, I'll indicate the dealer with a black line along their side of the table. In this example, you, sitting south, are the dealer. So you are the first to make a call in the auction. You make the same call that you did in the example from lesson 2. You bid 1 heart. This is the opening bid. Let's look at another example. This time, East is the dealer. East starts the auction with a call of pass. You are next. This time, you make a bid of 1 spade. This is the opening bid. Let's look at one more example. This time, West is the dealer. West starts the auction with a call of pass. Your partner also passes, and East passes. Even though there have been 3 consecutive passes, the auction is not over. Every player must have a chance to make a bid. So it's your turn. You bid 1 diamond. Your bid is the opening bid, and you are the opener. This is the only situation in which a bid can follow 3 passes. In all other cases, as you saw in lesson 2, 3 consecutive passes end the auction. Now let's make sure you know what a bid is. There are 2 parts to a bid. The first part is a number from 1 to 7. Add 6 to the bid number to find the number of tricks the bidder needs to win. The second part is the bid strain. This indicates which suit, if any, is to be trumps. So, as an example, a bid of 1 heart sets a goal of 7 tricks needed and makes hearts the trumps. You can also play when there is not a trump suit. This strain is called no trumps and is abbreviated to NT. Let's look at a quick example so you can see what it looks like. You are the dealer. You start the auction with a bid of 1 no trump. Once again, your bid is the opening bid and you are the opener. As you can see, this means that there are 5 possible strains for a bid. each of the 4 suits, and no trump. Strains are not all equal. They are ranked in the order shown here. Clubs at the bottom, followed by diamonds, hearts, spades, and no trump. This is important because, just like any auction, a bid in a bridge auction must be higher than the previous bid. There are 2 ways to make a higher bid. You can bid the same number with a higher strain, or you can bid a bigger number with any strain. Let's look at an example to make this clear. Just as you did in lesson 2, you deal and open the bidding with 1 heart. West is next to bid. So let's look at the bids available to West. West could bid 1 spade because spades is a higher strain than hearts, or West could bid 1 no trump, which is also a higher strain. But if West wanted to make a club bid, that would have to be at least 2 clubs, because clubs is a lower strain than hearts. As you saw in the example in lesson 2, the contract is the last bid of the auction. The player who made this bid is said to have won the contract. If you make your contract, then you will score. But if you fail to make your contract, then your opponents will score. While we're looking at scoring, there is one more important thing that you should know. Not all strains are scored equally. No trump contracts score more than any others, followed by contracts in spades and hearts. These are known as the major suits, and the lower scoring contracts are in diamonds and clubs. These are known as the minor suits. If you make your contract, you will score for each trick made. But there is a bonus score if the contract is at or above a certain level. These bonuses are far bigger than the score for the tricks. The contract level you need to bid for these bonuses is called a game contract. It also differs by strain. For no trump, the game contract is 3 no trump, which requires you to win 9 tricks. For major suits, it's 4 of the suit, which requires you to win 10 tricks. This explains why you bid 4 hearts in the example hand in lesson 2. And for minor suits, it is 5 of the suit, which requires you to win 11 tricks. There are other bonuses for even higher contracts, but I'll leave those until much later in the course. Remember though, that you must bid to this level and make the tricks. You don't get the bonus just for making the tricks. Now that you know how the auction and bids work, you're ready to put that to use in the next lesson. If you found this video useful, please give it a like and consider subscribing to my channel. Until next time, this is Jad reminding you that bridge is for everyone.